What have you seen out of Kansas so far?
I mean, the record doesn't really speak for how good their defense is. I was pretty shocked when we turned on the film, and they got some good pass rushers and some good coverage guys. And, I mean, I'm pretty impressed with them. You know, definitely not going to disrespect these guys. So we're going to prepare like we would prepare if it was Oklahoma.
Is there anything that came different for you preparation-wise, just for the idea that you are the first guy taking those first snaps?
Yeah and no. I mean, I've been working on getting my process right before the week before the game this whole season, and I think last week it was just kind of a little extra incentive to be in the film room. And, I met with coaches a lot more. I was in pretty much all the offensive staff meeting rooms, and I mean it's the same for this week too. So my understanding for our concepts and our offense is way better than it was, and it'll just progressively get better. So I mean, in a way, yeah, but it's the way it's supposed to be now. You know what I mean?
Did you anticipate it was going to take some time for you to, I guess, figure out your role in the offense just because, or I guess get some playing time just because, you know, it had been so long? When did you get here, first of all? I think it was July, right?
May something, okay. End of May, beginning of June.
Yeah. So did you kind of anticipate it might be a while before you got comfortable?
I did, and then, you know, missing the first week and I think 2 days of camp kind of set me back even more. But
it was flu, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
With you and Joel, have you guys gotten into a rhythm, you know, when he can come in and do some of those things and provide a different look?
Yeah, I mean we do what coaches ask us, and I mean, me and Joel are pretty versatile, and you know both have pretty positive attitudes. So I mean, whenever we both get to touch the ball, we're gonna do what we can with it. You know what I mean? And I think we get I mean, I know me personally got in more of a rhythm these last 2 weeks. I mean, getting more playing time, and that just comes with more playing time. I think Joel Lanning runs the ball better than some of the running backs in our league, and he's going to be very, very important for our offense, you know, this year and going into next year.
Allen's kind of gotten into a rhythm too the last couple of games. What's stood out to you about him? And he's a little bit healthier now too. What have you kind of seen from him the last couple of weeks?
I mean, Allen's Allen. You know, he's a freak, but I mean, his process is getting right too. I mean, you know, Coach Ken will come in here and brings a completely different culture and a different attitude to the game, and I don't know what Coach Rhodes was like, but it's really intense around here, and I think that took a lot of our seniors and the players that came back to get used to, and I think he's starting to get comfortable, and he's starting to get comfortable with the offense, and I mean, chemistry between me and him kind of helps a little bit more too. And we're not completely there yet, and I hope we get there this week, because I had some balls last week against Oklahoma that I wish I had back to him.
What's he like as a practice player? Because Coach Campbell talked a little bit about you want your best players to, you know, bring it every day in practice too. What do you see from him day in and day out, like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday?
He's the captain of our team, I mean, obviously, but he definitely plays a part. You know, he works hard in practice. I mean, he gets 90% of the reps in practice. I mean, you kind of got to kick him out of practice. You know, he's one of those guys like me and Joel, we both stay in for the entire practice if we could, you know what I mean? Because we all know that the reps is what counts. I'm a visual learner, so I stay in there more. And Allen Lazard, man, I mean, I can't speak highly enough of him, you know what I mean? I mean, he plays a part, he's the captain role, he's the leader. I mean, even when he's off the field, he's still paying attention, still helping the other receivers, coaching them. I mean, even when he was hurt earlier in the season, he was on the field, he was coaching, you know, so I mean, Allen definitely does what he's supposed to do.
How do you think the offense has changed since the coaches have gotten a little bit more fluid with how they deploy you and Joel, you know, in the same series or just in terms of game plan?
Well, I mean, I think we're starting to get into a rhythm because, I mean, everybody's still trying to get to know each other at the beginning of the year and figure out what works best for this guy and what works best for them. And I know at the beginning it was like we're just going to try a whole bunch of stuff, but I think we're in a little bit more of a rhythm and know each other a little bit more, so I mean it's going to create a better flow to the game.
Is that a little counterintuitive though, because you guys are running in back and forth in the same series, but that's actually creates a rhythm because you're working to your strength, or how do you think that?
I mean,
kind of unfolds?
we do that in practice. So I mean,
Yeah.
we've been kind of. I mean, it's become second nature for us now.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And I mean, it doesn't get me out of the flow at any. I know. I mean, you watch Joel, so it don't really affect Joel's play. But I mean, if you throw Joel in there and he's run 100 times, and then you try to make him throw the ball and that, you might see something there. But as far as the flow of the game, I think we're starting to get it down pat.
So was it tougher before when you'd be off the field for 2 possessions or whatever? Did it feel like a big chunk of time when you would do it that way as opposed to what you're doing now, like you were saying?
I mean, yeah. I mean, the flow of the game, being a quarterback, you kind of got to get in a rhythm. And it's harder to get into a rhythm like that, especially when you go in and it's 3 and out, and then you go, the defense stays on the field for the other team will drive all the way down the field, so you're off the field for 15 minutes at a time, and then they throw you back in, and it's kind of hard to stay focused and stay in the game, you know. But it was rough at the beginning, but I think we're starting to get it down now.
All right, thanks, Jay.
Thanks.